I don't know where I left off. Um, I know I told you about me threatening her. Um, eventually, when it was close to our time, Paul, I think she's exhausted. I had given her calming tea. I don't know if that worked. We got her into our bedroom to draw. I felt exhausted. I didn't even know if I could watch Dark Shadows, but anyway, we did. But I was telling Paul, I was like, I feel such remorse. And he was like, parenting is the hardest job in the world. Like, everyone fucks up, and you're so much more good than you're bad. And that's what will last for her. And I was like, I just modeled aggression and threats. So when we go to the playground and I see her shove someone or get in someone's face, I'll know it came from me. I have been seeing her act like that, and I haven't understood where it's come from. But that's what she's getting. That's what she's learning: how to treat people, what's acceptable, how to vent her anger. So I am ill with regret and remorse, and I don't know how to make it better. Do not know how to make it better, and I do not know how to handle her. She was laughing at us trying to be really serious. I was like, she's tough. Like, even if she's scared or anything behind that she can maintain this tough facade, that's tough. So, we're cutting back on the iPad. I mean, not drastically because we don't want to freak her out and have that be an issue, but we're pulling back consistently, even though her bedtime is still late. And we've pulled back on buying sugary things. And but I had a pack of 4 Cadbury eggs for me, not hidden terribly, extremely, but stashed by my meds. And I went to get a med, and the whole box was ripped open, and they were all gone. I'm pretty sure she ate them all yesterday. And Paul and I were like, which pissed me off because those were mine. But Paul and I were like, did that trigger this like insanity? I mean, there have been times that she's consumed a lot of sugar throughout the day, but I don't know what to blame it on. But she's receiving less sugar generally, less iPad. It's springtime. She's playing outside more. Her life isn't perfect. She wants friends. She doesn't have them. We know that that's coming up soon for her, but she doesn't have an understanding of that. The other day, she was kissing her iPad, and I was like, that's like kind of weird that you're kissing an iPad because that's not a person or an animal. It's a thing. I know you like it a lot, but I was like, do you love it more than any person? And I was like, she's like, no. I was like, do you love it more than me? No. Do you love it more than Daddy? No. Do you love it more than Carol Ann? No. Do you love it more than Grandma? And she went, yes. So I don't know what to make of that. I'm glad we're moving. Anyway, I didn't. I have no fucking idea what to do because I guess I'm uneducated in this. Like 6-year-old acting like this. I don't know. I've tried to look up stuff on the internet, but nothing's satisfying. I have my issues, my temper, my mood problems. I can say that if Paul weren't there, none of this shit would have been happening. So there's something about him that triggers her madness, and I think usually he has the energy to match her energy and like play with her real hard like she wants, and it's a positive thing. And like if he's there but he's basically unavailable, maybe that like enraged her. So I think his presence is mostly a good thing, but when he's not, she pulls shit on him that she'd never pull on me. And maybe his passive ways are kinder, and I'm too tough and militaristic. I don't know. Okay, so done with that. My sister, what the fuck? This morning she texted me, "Happy birthday, sister," and I wrote, "Happy birthday to you." Thanks, happy birthday to you. Like, kind of like what I said to you. But I mean, we texted so much about it yesterday, but I'm sickened by her. And my therapist was like, keep in mind she's in an abusive relationship, and she is, but the betrayals go back so far, way before Beast. So she'll always pick someone else over me, even Stu, who was just her roommate, for whom she had unrequited love. Yeah, she does a lot for me, but when I need her, there's always some kind of betrayal. And the whole inability to accept or even try to understand my mental illness, all that stuff. I mean, all that stuff. So, yeah, equating Beast's surprise with my birthday. And I think she kind of felt a little extra justified because I had said to her, I was like, I'm kind of detached from my birthday. Like, usually I make more plans, but this month I've been thinking about it that much. So I'm sure that made her be like, well, you don't care about your birthday. So that's annoying. Okay, so yesterday, throughout the day, I would have these stabs of like guilt, like I treated her too harshly and I was excluding her too much and I should have compromised with her. But then I would remember that part of the text that was like, was it her eyes widened in fear and she said, no, no, no. You've got to be here. There's a surprise. I swear there's a surprise. Like, I think, like that was to appeal to my emotions. Like, how can you be so insensitive to someone who feels that strongly? And like, how can you be such a stone cold bitch to that? I think that's what she was getting at. And that if I was unimpressed with that show of emotion, then I'm a cold person and Allison is a warm person. I think was the subtext. And yeah, this is thing lately where she ignores my points. Like, she only answers the questions that are really simple. And just the shades of Poppy's birthday and the drama. And there was some drama, like, kind of like her eyes widened. No, 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 please, you've got to let me cross country ski. I mean, those weren't the exact words, but like, it's making it all about Beast. And let me tell you, Beast has a brother, and they're close. And if he had a birthday in April, if his birthday was April 30th, on April 1st, Beast would be like, I want to go, visit my brother for his birthday for that weekend, so don't make any plans for that weekend. And my sister would comply. So I think in one of the texts I was like, because she was like, I didn't know this week that I didn't have time to talk to her this week. So that's why I was like, oh, I would think at some point in the month you would have been aware, told her. And that just got ignored. So, like, I didn't accept her lame excuse, so she ignored that I was not accepting her lame excuse. Yeah. Kind of hate her. And I've often hated her. And over the years, remember one time, I was like in high school or college, out of nowhere. I don't even think we were fighting. Maybe we were fighting. She was melodramatic, and she was like, I know you don't love me, but I've always loved you, and I always will. And it made me really feel like creepy and uncomfortable. And I remember thinking, like, I never thought about loving you. You're just my sister, and it's always just been assumed that I loved you, but I don't think about that I love you. And now that you're bringing it up, I feel creepy, and I feel like I don't love you because you're being creepy with me. And when I think of that, I shudder. It's kind of like when she looks at my tits. Like, it's like my therapist is like, you guys have like a long, like complicated, I don't even understand. It's true. And when we hang out, we can talk and talk and talk, just like you and I do, talk endlessly, gossip endlessly. But that's really the extent of it. Like, it doesn't go deeper than that. The connection is not deep. Probably because I've always been nervous. And she's always been the strong, successful lawyer, the important person. My therapist was like, she's kind of broken emotionally, or like unformed, and she's making a lot more money than you are, but you're not a lesser person, and you have a family, and you're a good writer. I know. It's annoying that, well, it's just annoying that she's the saint of the family. Oh my God, I said this if my book ever came out, like, really, I would be a pariah among family and family friends for painting her in a bad light, because they could only see her in a saintly light. And I feel like I'm the only one who knows. Like, Paul knows, but like in her world, no one knows. And I can't be worrying about the future of the book. Oh, but I have been worrying about that. But yesterday I was like, it's on. I'm going to write whatever the fuck I want about you. And I've been writing about my suicide attempt and the things that led up to it, including her. Should I tell you? Or should I leave this? I'm going to tell you. Including her not letting me stay with her because she was afraid to ask Stu when I was at my most desperate, when I was afraid to go home. And then it might have been that night or like within 2 days is when I did it. And then while I was recuperating for 2 weeks, she told everybody that I'd had epilepsy. And first of all, she didn't need to tell everybody anything. All she needed to tell is, like, her boss, the senior partner, had been like, Allison is ill and she'll be back in 2 weeks. Like, that is all that she ever had to say. And they couldn't pry. But she, like, told, like, lots of people in the office, probably to get sympathy for herself. I don't know. And, and maybe I've told you this, and then I came back to work, and Patrick Devaney, one of the partners, his wife is a neurologist. And he comes up and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, he's like, what medication are they giving you? And luckily, one of the meds I was on was an anticonvulsant, Depakote, but I know my way around anticonvulsants somewhat. So I'm completely the part of an epileptic, but he was asking really detailed questions I didn't know how to answer. And I was just like, it was excruciating. And I think I'm out of time. And this is going to be the last one because they're getting up and I have to have my birthday time. So, I love you. Bye-bye.